Dear friends, as the second wave of COVID pandemic hits many countries, the buzzword is economy, whether it goes up or down. To succeed in these times, the key is how strong and sustainable is your market. For this, the dairy is facing tough competition, not only from the existing vegan lobby, but also within, be it the dairy niche market, global integration, milk margins, organic milk, traceability of milk, waste for environmental integrity, health innovations, sustainable product markets, and infrastructure development, animal welfare, and rising prices. In the last 4 weeks, the 25th edition, we look into how markets are adapting to these changing times and also how dairy is slowly becoming a place for societal and human transformation, be it family bondage, gender equality, accessibility, technology transfer, digital inclusion, robotic disruptions, or sustainable nutrition.
In our top focus in dairy farmer, we have news from USA, where we have farms just like India, self-sufficient and intensive farms. Barbara and Eric Goodchild are farmers, musicians, and blacksmiths. They are skilled in fiber arts, leather work, and preserving food. Amid a world that speeds towards specialization, they are generalists, finding happiness in the direct work of making what they need to live a good life at their farm in Shelburne Falls, an operation that bears both their names, Barberic Farms. Eric and Barbara both grew up on dairy farms in the Devonport Maple Farm in Shelburne, and they say that both the families come from a background where they grew what they wanted to eat and they made their own clothes, and they really enjoy all these pieces of varied life, and they are just trying to keep that going in the life they live now. Come to the focus in dairy herd. We have news again from US, where family dairy farms are still dominating in most of the countries and also in USA. Family farms still going strong. 87% of the farms in USA are family farms. Rural areas across the country thrive on agriculture. Not only do the local farms provide food jobs and an economic boost, but they also create community and a connection to what Americans feed their families. That's because 96% of the farms in the US are owned and operated by families. The vast majority of the family farms are small, defined by USDA as making less than about $0.35 million US in gross income annually. These farms are most common in the northeast and the south of USA, and they are most likely to be the type of farm consumers can buy products from directly. The majority of the small family farms specialize in cattle or other crops such as hay. Working with family in any business is complex and requires patience, communication, understanding, respect, and much more. All of these qualities are even more necessary in an industry of challenging work and volatility. But farm families make it work because they see the value in the product and services they are providing to their community near and far. Come to the focus in dairy feed. We have news on a special type of feed on which research is going, that is on hemp, spent hemp biomass as animal feed. Hemp is already touted for its healthful and therapeutic benefits in humans. Researchers at the Oregon State University are now studying whether the plant could also be part of a nutritious diet for livestock. The project, which received a nearly $0.3 million USDA grant in February, aims to determine whether the spent hemp biomass can be fed to animals, including lambs, chickens, and dairy cows, and whether any residual cannabis compounds are present in the meat and milk. Spent hemp biomass is the leafy bioproduct left over after processing hemp for cannabidiol or CBD oil, which makes up the vast majority of Oregon hemp production. What they found was hemp biomass has roughly the same protein content as alfalfa and roughly the same fiber content as barley. In some attributes, it is said hemp was nutritionally superior to the traditional feeds. Comes the focus on dairy infrastructure. We have news on how 5 Swedish Delaval robots could take over a Tuxedo 270 cow dairy farm. Nelson Jespersen, who owns the Tuxedo farms, installed 5 Swedish Delaval robots at his dairy farm. The entire process is automated to shoot each individual cow, and the control panel to his right holds real-time information collected by each robot. At his farms in West Log County, Cows dictate when they want to get milked, and robots swing the gates for them. The barn is set up such that any one of his 270 cows has to travel from her sleeping area to the food through the milking sorter. It's a one-way road. Each cow wears a tracking device, a transponder around her neck that stores all kind of information about her, including how many times she has been milked in a particular day, whether her expected yield is, and a whole slew of testing that's done on the spot. The tracking device is scanned, and one of the two doors opens depending on all the information that the robot holds. She can either get in line for milking or go straight to the food. Come to the focus on dairy machines. We have news again from USA, where Dairy Farm Technology Field Day is going to be held on April 14th at Iowa State University. The Iowa State University Extension and Outreach Dairy Team is hosting a field day focused on dairy technology on the farm. This April 14th field day will feature 2 farm visits where attendees can see automated feeding and milking system technology in action and learn about calf barn management, ventilation, and feeding calves with a milk taxi. Technology is becoming more commonly used on dairy farms as a way to improve labor efficiency and flexibility, boost production, and enhance overall health and management of cows and calves, said Jane Bentley, dairy specialist with the Iowa State University Extension and Outreach Department. This field day will give producers a chance to see new technologies and facilities in person and have their questions answered. Come to the focus on feed management, where we have used from a report of the Vermont Agriculture Report citing potential of forage-based milk production. A more useful plan for Vermont agriculture would analyze and come to grip with the challenges faced by its most important component, the 600 dairy farms that produce 2.6 billion pounds of milk each year. The report does recognize the potential of forage-based milk production, but it does not compare the industrial-style freestyle capital-intensive high-input cost traditional production. How can Vermont dairy cope with changing consumer preferences and non-dairy milk biotechnology? What business model will allow which dairy farms to prosper when federal price support sinks below current levels, and what becomes of the others? What farming model will sharply curtail agriculture's share of the phosphorus fouling our lakes and rivers? What model will protect the incalculable value of the soil, the responsible and human management of livestock, and the well-being of migrant laborers? Which cost-effective technologies will successful dairy farmers need to employ? The report offers little or no practical discussion of these complicated questions, probably because most of the stakeholders understand little of the complex milk pricing system and the rapidly changing technology needed to keep farms competitive. Coming to the next focus on management is the farm management issues, where we have news on the Ranch Pulse solution of integrating sensors, networking, and cloud computing for herd management. Some of the most exciting innovations are coming out of the world of IoT and industrial IoT, designed to collect and interpret data to make production more efficient and help to safeguard resources, especially in geographic areas where food insecurity is a compounding problem. Pradeep Thakran, Managing Director at Ranchpal, saw an opportunity to dramatically improve herd management and is building a system using sensors, networking, and cloud computing. The company is working with the Cloud of Things, an IoT edge and cloud platform company which is providing connectivity and data management tools with the device-stone technology. Ranchpal has joined Cloud of Things Connected Product Startup Program, which enables young companies to bootstrap fast with innovative connected products. Their system runs on advanced proprietary algorithms combining dairy science expert knowledge and machine learning to deliver real-time advice to dairy farmers, including continuously learning about each individual cow. We make it possible for the sensors to stay connected to the network and application so that people responsible for the health and productivity of the herd can be automatically alerted in the event of an anomaly. Avinaziv will be part of the upcoming Frontier Conference on Industrial Innovation on Tuesday, April 13th and Wednesday, April 14th. Coming to the focus next on the health management issues, we have news on the Shiga toxin producing Escherichia coli. This bacteria in dairy farms is primarily responsible for human transmission. Shiga toxin producing Escherichia coli are foodborne bacterial pathogens, with cattle a significant reservoir for human infection. The study evaluated environmental reservoirs, intermediate hosts, and the key pathways that could drive the presence of the top 7 stake bacterial strains on pasture-based dairy herds using molecular and cultural-based methods. A total of 235 composite environmental samples, including soil bedding, pastures, stock drinking water, bird droppings, and flies, and facial sample of dairy animals were collected from 2 dairy farms with 4 sampling events on each farm. Molecular detection revealed O26, O45, O103 and O121 as the most common O serogroups, with the greatest occurrence in dairy animal feces more than 91%, environments freshly contaminated with feces. Overall, the finding improved the understanding of the ecology of the top 7 stick strains in open farm environments, which is required to develop on-farm intervention strategies to control the zoonosis. Come to the next focus on management on waste management issues. We have news on the America's first certified regenerative farm, the Alexandra family dairy farm. The Alexandra family farm wants to show that regenerative organic can be done at scale here in the US, and that too with dairy. Cows are not the cause of climate change, it's the way we have farmed. But here we are to show you that it can be done right, says Blake Alexandra, co-founder of the California-based family operation. With 4,200 cows in the dairy that graze on over 4,000 organic acres of pasture in Humboldt and Del Norte counties, Blake and his wife Stephanie are 5th-generation farmers who want to build a vertically integrated supply chain in milk and are one of the few farm brands available on milk shelves nationally. The new Regenerative Organic Alliance certification from 2%, along with increasing the organic matter content from 2% to 8% in the last 20 years. And in some places it is up to 15%. Moreover, half of the organic matter is carbon, helping in the carbon sequestering process of environmental footprint. Finally, coming to the focus on dairy market management, where we have news on how the dairy farm gate prices setting in Australia sees new drivers. The size and timing of step-ups will overwhelmingly be driven by market conditions and the ability of processors to extract value from milk in the various and diverse markets in which they operate. In contrast, what has been observed this season fits a different pattern, with aggressive opening prices to secure supply and a risk-averse approach to subsequent changes, the report said. The benefit of the new arrangement was that the farmers were now able to plan around a minimum price for the season, while processors had certainty of supply. This is all reported in the Australia's March 2021 Situation and Outlook report. The report said this season had set a different pattern from the norm. This is a pattern which we can expect to see more in future years, while excess milk processing capacity remains a factor.
Signing off, this is Amit Shah, wishing you a very safe, productive and inspiring week ahead. I hope this edition has brought some value addition to your business and takes a little step towards a more sustainable dairy world. For regular updates of Fox Global Research and Consultancy Network, please subscribe to our Facebook group, live channel in YouTube and our website in the link given. Thank you.